Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or all the way to advanced, the handstand kick up is something that we can continuously keep working on and keep fine tuning and making better and better. But there's some basics that everyone should be doing. Let's go through those first, and then I'll give some progressions for the people that find it easier, and from regressions or some stepping stones for the people that are struggling with their kick up. So first of all, let's just cover the basics that everyone should be doing. So hand position, it's going to be slightly different depending on mobility, but we want to be roughly shoulder width apart. Now I like to have a slight external rotation, so turn the fingers out slightly, so into this position. And then I'm going to place my shoulders directly on top of my hands. So my shoulder is on top of the hands. I'm then going to look at the floor. So I'm going to pick a focal point. Now for me, it's somewhere between my thumb and my index finger in the middle there. Now I'd recommend everyone starts around there or a little bit in front. What I wouldn't do is look back here. Well, that's very common for people when they're learning to kick up, especially when they're trying to go to the wall in that direction, that they look too far backwards. It makes you think it's going to be easier to get up, but it actually like catapults your hips and your feet to the wall and makes it a bad habit that comes back to bite you later on. So my recommendation is shoulder width apart, slightly turned out, and looking somewhere between your thumb and index finger. And notice when I kick up, I have that position. When I kick up to handstand, everything stays exactly the same. When I come back down, everything stays exactly the same. So I recommend you now try a few kick-ups and see what you have been doing. Observe your hand position, your rotation, your focal point, both when you set up and during your kick-up. Now let's go through the progressions of the kick-up. Now we have the first one where beginners will be. So placing the hands down on the floor, having the focal point, shoulders on top, and then all we're gonna do is try and touch the wall with one leg. Now notice when I'm doing that, again, all those base positions, the shoulder, the focal point, and the hands, stay exactly the same. Now once I'm comfortable with that, I can start to reach that first leg up higher up the wall. As it gets higher and higher, my second foot is being pulled up until the point where that second foot comes up as well. So the next stage, or level 2, is to go 1, 2 against the wall, come back down. Notice again, shoulder position, focal point, and hands stay exactly the same. Next level, exactly the same, but I'm going to try and kiss with both heels at the same time. Come back down. Notice the repetition as well. So I'm doing exactly the same. That wasn't the same. That's the same. So I'm trying to get them rep after rep the same, because once we can do that, we can then start to fine tune. If you're doing something random every time, then it's much harder to fine tune the movement. Then once you're lightly kissing the wall with both heels, if you're a little bit more controlled in the handstand, you might be able to do exactly the same. Kick up, not touch the wall, come back down, exactly the same again, not touch the wall. And then eventually exactly the same, but freestanding away from the wall. Now, if your handstand at the moment looks like this, we need to build some confidence, some strength, some conditioning in the position so you're happy to go to the handstand. Most people are scared of the position and that's what holds them back. Your safety switch stops you. So we could use something like this. So exactly the same setup with the hands and the shoulders. The leg that I kick with is off the box, and then I step up onto the wall. Again, trying to keep that shoulder position, that focal point exactly the same. Don't want to be doing this there, just to build that confidence. Or we could come around this way, exactly the same, lifting up. Don't let those shoulders come away from the hands. So the goal with the kick up is to know what level you're at for repetitions, so where you can hit 5 to 10 reps unbroken, and then what the next level is. And it's very common that people train beyond their ability. So let's test that now. So 5 to 10 reps, exactly the same. So if you're doing freestanding in the middle of the room, kick up, 1, 2, come back down with control, kick up again, 1, 2, come back down, go again. So that's 3 in a row so far, all the way up. See if you can get 5, if you can do 10, that means this progression is too easy for you, and then you can go to a harder variation. So exactly the same as if I was against the wall, I'll be looking at touching the wall for that easiest level, or kissing with both feet, whoops, and coming back down, but then doing that rep after rep, unbroken is the goal. So let me know if you have any questions regarding the kick up in the comments below. Let me know what level you are and how many repetitions you can do. And make sure you check out the new live classes.